This is my Pinarello Dogma K10 Disc. And it's quite unique for a road bike, but I'm going to tell you exactly why in just a second. I've had it for around 6 weeks now, I've made a few changes, and I'm going to tell you all about those as well. Let's start off with the obvious. Why is this bike so unique? Well, the Pinarello Dogma K10 features the DSS system, which is the Dogma suspension system. And that affords me 10mm of rear wheel travel via an elastomer system in here. Unlike mountain bikes or other bikes with suspension though, the bike doesn't actually have any pivot points. Instead, the flex comes from the Pinarello flex stays just down here. 10mm does not sound like a lot, but on a day-to-day ride, you'll really notice the benefits from just having that little extra bit of cushioning at the rear end. Now, it seems like a weird choice for someone that's always chosen an aero bike and always wanted to go as fast as possible, perhaps. The bike is still very aerodynamic, featuring almost 90% of the same aero benefits as the Dogma F12, which I had before this one. But I'm riding a lot more than I used to at the moment, nearly 3 times what I was doing last year. And I thought it'd be really interesting just to try something new. And I'm really pleased that I've gone out there and tried something that is a little different, because I actually quite like a comfortable ride. So believe it or not, I am 1.78 m, and this is a 53cm frame. It has a 73.7 degree seat angle and a 72 degree head angle. And my saddle height is 75 centimeters from the center of the top of the saddle down to the bottom bracket axle, the center of the axle again. The main frame is constructed from Pinarello's Torreca 1101K carbon, which they use. I have a 130mm stem up on the front, and something that I've trialed on this bike, which I hadn't done before, is actually a narrower set of bars. These are 40 centimeters from end to end, and at the top of the hoods they probably measure closer to 38 centimeters, as the bars are ever so slightly flared to get a more aerodynamic position. It's something that I never would have tried in the past because I was a big fan of 42cm bars. But actually, having been in a wind tunnel and noticed how much faster it will make you, how many watts it's saving you, and not really noticing a difference when it comes to the handling, I don't think I'd go back to the 42 centimeters as a preference anymore. Mounted on top of the most talon bar and stem is my Wahoo. Now, it's quite weird these days to see a Wahoo on a stem and not out the front, but that's because I choose to run lights on this bike quite often, and I actually prefer the vision of the lights not obscured by the Wahoo when it's on an out front mount. These bars are ever so slightly aero flared in the drop as well, again aiding to a little bit of extra speed for free. Mounted on the bars are the current model of Dura Ace lever. That's running a 22-speed group set with a 50-34 up front and an 11-28 out back. The only reason I'm actually currently running a 50-34 setup up front is because they were the only rings available for that power meter, and I really like riding to power. It effectively means I'm only missing out on one gear. I'd choose to run a 53-39 these days if I had the choice. Now, personally, I am a huge fan of disc brakes, but recently I've been experimenting a little bit because I have a theory. I think that smaller rotors not only squeal more, but they are also less effective. So I've swapped out the Zip 303s with the 160mm rotors that this bike came with, and dropped in some Vision 55 SLs with 140mm rotors to try this out. On those, I've got Continental's GP 5000 tyres. Few other things to note: I'm using a Fizik Arione saddle up the top. It's always been my saddle of preference. I'm currently using my own pedals, and my crank length is 170mm. And my bike, as you currently see it, weighs 8.58 kilos. So there you have it. This is my Pinarello Dogma K10 Disc. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. But before you go, I really want to know in the poll up there on the top right hand corner of your screen right now, would you choose speed or would you choose comfort? Oh, there's one final thing to do, isn't there, in this situation? That's the free hub sound check. That sounds pretty aggressive to me.